Well, it's day 20, and I am just finished up with breakfast. Tried to go a little easy, but I really didn't. It's into the Smokies today, so I'm walking down to the main registry area to check out and to await the shuttle, which comes at 9 a.m. and it'll bring me back to Fontana Shelter, which is going to bring me back to where I ended up. And shortly I'll be across Fontana Dam and the beginning of the Smoky Mountains, where I have to turn in my permit, or at least half of it, let them know that I've started. And I've got 8 days to get through it, and I'm planning on getting through in 7 days. So we'll see. Weather's going to be damp this morning. Not a lot of rain, but on and off. It's a low percentage chance, like 35 or 30 to 40. And hopefully not too bad. Thunderstorms tomorrow, some severe. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to tent out tonight, and then it shelters the rest of the way. So I have strategy for that. And there's some interesting rules that apply in the Smokies that I'll get into a little bit later on. But one of them is, if you have a bear canister, they don't care. You still have to hang it along with everybody else who's hanging their bear bags. So it doesn't seem right to be penalized for lugging my lead-weighted bear canister around. So this morning I fashioned a hanging device made out of my belt and some extra cord that I carry. And I'm going to use that to hang my bear canister, because I don't want to hang my whole pack to carry the bear canister and leave it out overnight in the rain, because then the pack would end up weighing another 3 pounds full of water. So we'll see how that goes. You know, necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So I'll take a picture of that when I do it. Okay, day 20. I hope this is recording properly. I'm coming down onto Fontana Dam. Just got dropped off back at the Fontana Hilton shelter from the resort. And I'm starting off about 9 o'clock in the morning. And a couple of observations. First of all, I made some, well, I know I had said that I made some repairs on equipment, did that yesterday, but I made an adjustment to the pack today. Continue to do that, because this whole thing is like the business analogy of, you know, tackling the biggest problem you have, and then moving on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, letting the water out of the pond and knocking the rocks out as they show up. So one of the biggest problems I had at the beginning were my feet. Specifically my right foot. I had 2 blisters, one on the big toe and one on my heel. And I had a bruise on my heel as well. And those have disappeared. So I am pretty happy about that. And I still have them taped just against the abrasion that might cause the same problem over again, but I think I'm gonna say goodbye to those forever. Next problem was I was having pain in my right shoulder. It turns out that at the end of the day, the pack was riding on my shoulders more than it should have been. It should have been on the hip belt. So I've tightened the hip belt up, but I also made some adjustments to the straps and the way that it rides. This pack was never designed to carry anything like the bear canister that is so heavy at the very top. And right now it feels great. So physically, it's all good. So we're coming on to Fontana Dam in front of us here, and I am on part of the Appalachian Trail. It goes across the dam. But this was apparently built in the 1940s, early 1940s, to supply needed power for the nuclear program, part of the Manhattan Project during the war. And as it was described to me, I had to ask the question, how is it that they were able to divert this kind of energy, manpower, whatever, to building a dam in the middle of World War II? Well, then when the intent was made apparent, it became obvious. So some interesting history here for sure. And this is a big dam. You can see it curving across in front of us here. So there are the Smokies, and be getting up into there in just a short time. And I will fill you in as that goes along. Look at that. This is a big dam. There is no doubt. Wow, man.
Did you say you're doing a YouTube?
Yes.
Very nice.
Finally made it. Well, made it to the beginning anyways. We'll see. But this is the evidence. All right, I'm here at the Thru Hikers Deposit Permits box going into the Smokies. Here's that's the top of the permit that I'm supposed to keep, and then the bottom one goes in. So this is how it's done, because I know all of you out there really wanted to know this. Oh, look at this. This is gonna be viral video. There it goes. Yay. Okay, done deal. Well, this is the day today. Not a lot of view. There's some out there. It's very cloudy, overcast. And as you can see, we get up into the bottom of the clouds periodically, but it's been drizzling on me pretty much all day, on and off, light rain. Pretty wet, but I'm trying to gauge, if I was wearing a, let's see, I'll show you. Well, it's hard to tell. Should be using this hand. But yeah, I'm kind of wet. Could be worse. I'm trying to gauge, if I was wearing my rain jacket, I would be wet from the inside. So either way, I'd be wet. And what I know is that I've got a change of clothing in my pack that I will wear when I go to bed, so I don't have to wear wet clothes in my down sleeping bag. And really, there's only two things that need to be kept dry, absolutely, and that's the sleeping bag and my down jacket, really down sweater, my puffy, so that I can stay warm. So my outer clothing is not going to affect that at all. And it'll be interesting to see when I get to the tent site. And I've only got, let's see, hold that thought, 600 feet of elevation and another less than 2 miles to go because of my abbreviated plan this morning. That's about noontime now. I'm going to see how the weather is then and see if I can do a test setup of my tent under rainy conditions to see if I can put the fly on first. Should be able to do that and keep everything else dry. So we will see about that. Don't think I'll get that on video, but I will let you know how successful it was when I make the attempt. So that's about it. Should be doing it this way so you can see all the moisture. Yikes. Supposed to be thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow during the day, so it should be interesting next 36 hours.
Some spooky shit, man.
That thing is cool.
Yes, come on up here. It's scary.
I'll be right up.
Just walk slow. It's wet.
Yeah.
Back mountain because too much mist.
Day 20 in the Let's see, day 1 in the Smoky Mountains and day 20 in the Odyssey that is the Appalachian Trail through hike. Well, here I am at the top. That was a steep climb. Can't see much out the windows here. I think it's just because it's so foggy. Let's see, that window's missing. Oh, you can almost see Fontana Lake down there. Holy Toledo. This is the most rickety thing. Look at the floor of this thing. Okay, I know I'm up here, so it's my own fault if I fall all the way down to the bottom. But yeah, a lot of flights of stairs. Rickety thing. Pretty steep. Can't take any video on the way down because don't have enough hands. But interestingly enough, there is, I'll show you, there's a very, very tall chimney where apparently I'm going to guess that the caretaker had his house built around it. And when I get down there, we'll see. I didn't recognize it at first, but once you get up here, you can see that column of brick has got a hole in it. So I'll show you. There we go. Woohoo! It's not blowing that hard, but it's. I'm sure it sounds like it is, but it's. So there it is. Yeah, a little break in the clouds. Give you some idea of how high up we are. But this is probably why they call it the Smokies. Okay, so that thing down there that you can see through the clouds, there is the chimney of what must have been, and part of the foundation of what must have been the caretaker's house. So he would live down there and come up here and do his thing. Very interesting. A little more detail on that chimney and where that structure was. Sure wasn't very big, but probably didn't need to be. See some pipes coming out of that block right there. I'll bet that's a well. And I'll bet that's where the water came from for living there. Very interesting. Actually, there's a hole about halfway up. I wonder if that was a 2-story structure. Wonder if I could find a picture of it somewhere historically. I bet we could. The end of day 20 has arrived. And let's see. I'm at the Birch Spring Gap tent site. I went 6.6 miles today and 2,700 feet of elevation. Now, this may be a technical error on my part, or it may spell the turning point for my fitness. And by that I mean, today I pulled into this campsite. So I got a shuttle back to the Fontana Hilton shelter, where I picked up the Appalachian Trail again, went over the dam, and you saw that footage. Got started a little bit after 9, which is later than I normally start. So thinking about, I just came off of relaxation and healing, 0 day, and I was going to get a little bit later start, and the elevation was 2,700 feet. I thought it might be a good idea. Oh, and the other thing is that if I went further today, it really didn't give me much tactical advantage in terms of the shelters I would be able to reach subsequently. So, because, your first one kind of sets a tone for all the rest. So I came here and I felt really good, like I could have gone on. In fact, I'm pretty sure I could have gone on to the shelter, the one that was further down. This might have been a tactical error not doing that because, of course, it was raining most of the morning. I got pretty wet, and now I set my tent up and it rained on the tent, so now the tent is wet. And I'm going to have to carry that. Well, we'll see. According to the weather forecast that I was able to get through the satellite, it's not supposed to be raining tomorrow when I leave, so maybe I'll be able to shake most of the water off the tent, put it away, hike to the next shelter, and dry it out somehow. So that's my plan. But if I had gone to the shelter, I never would have had to take the tent out. The tent would be dry, and it would be as light as it's going to be. So it's all about weight. But the interesting thing that about this site is, since we're in the Smokies now, you have to hang even bear canisters. So I devised a device. I may have said that in one of the previous videos. I devised a simple device this morning that would allow me to sling my bear canister up with my belt and some rope that I had. And so it's hanging from the bear line right now. And I'm going to take a picture of it. I couldn't when I put it up because it was raining, of course. But there continue to be patches of bright, like the one we're in right now, that encourages me into thinking that maybe it will be a drier night tonight and maybe dry morning, and I'll be able to get all packed up and on the trail before it starts to rain again tomorrow. So anyways, great day. Foot is just, I mean, I can still feel it a little bit, but I realized that I was really compensating for the fact that my heel hurt. My left leg was doing a lot of work to slow down and minimize the impact on the right foot. Now that that foot is just about healed, my left knee feels better. It was starting to get twingy because it was doing a lot more work than it needed to. So all these things are interconnected and roll up. And if you have one injury, one injured part, it affects others, and you don't think about it until you have disaster. So I am very bullish on the physical part and think that maybe this could be the turning point for me in terms of starting to step up my mileage and feel good about getting into the 13 to 15 mile range going forward. So we will see, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.